Hello there Internet, and welcome to Geeky Ent, and on this episode we are going to be unboxing the brand new Punisher Motorcycle Deluxe set and the new War Machine Deluxe figure. Now I do have a lot, and I mean quite a few Marvel Legends figures that I have unboxed, so they are all loose, and I will be showing those in an upcoming video. But I was toy hunting earlier today and I saw the Punisher and War Machine here at Target. And I said to myself, you know what? These are pretty cool, so I'm going to go ahead and pick these up since I am here. And anytime Marvel Legends are on the shelf at Target or Walmart, they do fly off the shelves, especially this Punisher set. I have been to a few Targets over the past couple days, and they have been out of stock, or I've only seen one. And then a couple days later, I'll go ahead and check it out, and they are out of stock. They have the unbeatable Squirrel Girl there in stock, but let's go ahead and get these guys opened up and check them out. Alright, so first we're going to go ahead and talk about the Punisher, Frank Castle. So the packaging is your clear window box. You can go ahead and see the nice little details here and everything. So this is what you get inside the package. On the top you got a classic Punisher skull. On the side here you get a nice artwork of Frank Castle himself. And on the back you got some figure photography. Mine's got a little bit of a cut right here, but it's no big deal because my Marvel Legends are all open. And there's a nice little biography in different languages of Frank Castle. And there have been a couple movies of the Punisher. I'm a huge Punisher fan when it comes to his vigilante methods and everything like that. I do appreciate a good vigilante hero or anti-hero. So inside the box, you get a nice little backdrop of the Punisher logo. It's very whitewashed, gray washed, however you call it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the back there while we go ahead and take these guys out. So let's talk about the accessories first. I'm going to go ahead and pop it out one by one. So here we have probably a 12 gauge, I'm guessing 12 gauge shotgun. Nice little artwork right there. Here we have an automatic, kind of like an Uzi, I guess. I don't know, Frank Castle knows more about firearms than I do. And here we have, looks like a Glock with a silencer and an extended magazine on there. Let's go ahead and continue. Let's continue the weapons here. We have a machete, or as Danny Trejo would say, a machete. So it's not bad. You can see it's got the 3 little rivets on there. And next weapon that Frank comes with is a very plastic looking baseball bat. It's very plastic looking. I would have appreciated maybe some kind of lines or black grain like lines to show it. This just looks like a regular plastic piece. So let's see here. Next we have a helmet that's got some nice detail within the helmet itself. It goes right over his head. Not too sure. I haven't really read up on any of the current Punisher arc. I'm more of a heavily following Spider-Man and Avengers and characters of that caliber. Deadpool, but nothing as of Frank Castle himself. Let's go ahead and take out the motorcycle next. Okay, so out of the box, this is what the motorcycle comes packaged up, I guess you could say. So the only assembly required is to attach the handlebars, which goes right into the little notch there. You can see it just matches up pretty nicely, and it should just snap right in, or it kind of just like doesn't even click in, or just kind of just goes in, I guess. You can see that I kind of wiggled out the odometer, but it does have the Punisher logo right on there, which is pretty badass. So let's go ahead and talk about the main selling point of this figure, which is the accessory motorcycle piece. So the wheels are very, very fluid. I feel no tension, no resistance on both wheels, which is pretty cool. You got to appreciate nice decoed accessory pieces when it comes to the Marvel Legends line. And there is some differences within the black itself. So you can see you got some detail within the engine part itself, but if you look at the piping, it is a glossy black compared to the actual matte black of the body itself, or the seat, which kind of has like a leather type appearance, but it doesn't feel leathery. It's a hard plastic with just a little bit of a grain type appearance. Handlebars right here, very traditional in terms of the handlebars itself. On the other side, you got some more detail on the engine part. Only difference on this side is that you got his license plate, which is Punisher 616. For those that don't know, 616 is the alternate sign of the beast. That's just a little Snapple fact for you. And it comes with a kickstand, so it's pretty easy to leave on display there. Now that we got the accessories and motorcycle out of the way, let's discuss Frank Castle himself. So when I saw this on the shelf, I looked immediately at the Punisher and I said to myself, wow, that is a crazy amount of detail when it comes to having a Punisher figure. Now there have been different releases of the Punisher throughout the Marvel Legends history, through Toy Biz or Hasbro. So let's go ahead and talk about articulation. He's got a ball joint at the head. He's got swivels and a bend at the shoulder. He's got swivels at the biceps. He's got a double elbow joint. He's got a swivel at the wrist. Now he does not have any interchangeable hands, unfortunately, but that's okay with me. He's got a torso bend, a waist swivel. He's got no ratchet joints at the hips, but he does have nice extension. He's got leg twists. He's got a double knee joint, and he's got ankle swivels and an ankle rocker. So it's pretty cool to have. And also, Frank Castle does come with an interchangeable head. So this one does not have what I call battle damage. It's just a regular version of Frank Castle. But the head sculpt, the hair, everything on this, if you are a comic fan, you know exactly who this is with one glance on it. And to change out his head, all you do is pop out the head itself. It's on a nice little ball joint, and you get a nice little pop, and this just pops right in. So you go ahead and got your different head sculpt now on there. And he's also got that accessory piece, which is pretty cool because it does fit very nicely. And I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but you can see his eyes through the little eye slits, which is pretty cool. So I do enjoy that. It's pretty cool. Would I recommend this figure? If you are a Punisher fan or just have a collection of Marvel Legends, I do recommend it. Last thing for the Punisher, we'll go ahead and see how tall he is. He is in scale with all the other Marvel Legends, but you can see here he stands at about right around 6.5 inches. So he's in scale with all the other Marvel Legends figures. And let's go ahead and discuss War Machine. Okay, now we have James Rodey himself, War Machine. This figure I knew was coming out, but I did not know that it was going to be on the shelf when I went to Target this morning. So that was pretty cool to see a different Marvel Legend figure that's not Black Widow related or Unbeatable Squirrel Girl, which seems to me like a shelf warmer at this point. But let's talk about War Machine himself. So he's got the War Machine logo on the top, nice window package, nice artwork on the sides, and they are both the same, just mirror images. And there is the back, which shows a nice little photo photography, nice little demonstration of what you can do, and his name and pretty much what he is. So let's go ahead and get this guy opened up here and see what we got going on inside. So inside the package you get the top logo of War Machine on the backdrop within the figure itself. So it's kind of white, but that's a little bit of a better picture view for you guys so you can see what comes in the back. And then this is how the package is when you get War Machine out. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything out here and we'll discuss it one by one. Okay, so here is War Machine out of the package, and he comes with quite a vast amount of accessories here. So let's go ahead and just talk about those first before we start getting into the figure. First and foremost, we do have an alternate head of James Rodey. He does have red eyes, but he's got that kind of like blade looking type hair. It's not depicted from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is one thing I do appreciate, but this one is depicted from the comics itself, so that's an interchangeable head. That's the first accessory we get. We have two mini blaster type effects, which are very small. They'll plug into his hands or probably at the end of a barrel of his gun. So we got two of those. We got two swirly looking deco effects. Now these do mimic, I'm assuming, after a firearm has been discharged, you get the smoke effect from the gun itself, so you can see they are transparent, but they are pretty cool accessory pieces to have there. Next up, we have a barrage of firepower. Looks like it plugs in right in the back there. There's a little peg hole, so we'll go ahead and check that out. Next accessory we have is a barrage of rockets that looks like it can plug in somewhere on the back, but that's a nice little effect. Got different rockets coming out with that motion effect. And last but not least, we have a set of two fire rocket expulsion pieces here. So they do come out, so you can attach these at the bottom of the legs, and it looks like he's flying upwards, and then the bottom parts are, if he's close enough to the ground, he'll go ahead and show that effect on that. So that's a pretty freaking cool thing to have. So let's go ahead and talk about the figure himself. So War Machine stands at around a little under 7 inches. I'm gonna go and back that up for you guys. So around 6.5 inches outside of his guns. So let me back up the camera so we got a better viewpoint. So he does have rockets, I guess, or a bazooka at the top of his shoulders, and these do rotate up and down on his shoulders, which is a pretty cool thing to have. So that does give you rotation and a swivel. At the head, he's got a ball joint, which is detachable for the head to interchange that. Shoulder articulation, looks like he's got full range, so he's got a swivel and a bend, and these are soft plastic shields that do not hinder any of the articulation. He's got a double elbow joint, and he has a swivel at the wrist. He has a torso bend and a waist swivel. He has a torso bend and a waist swivel. He has nice extension on his legs. He's got a leg swivel, which once you get the paint dislodged a bit, it will pop out. He's got a double knee joint, and he's got ankle swivels and ankle rockers. So let's go ahead and see how we can get these accessories up to par. So there's a little peg and a little peg hole for the expulsion, I guess you can call that expulsion, deco. So we'll go ahead and just pop that on there, so it gives you a nice little effect that James Rodey is flying up and away, kind of like Buzz Lightyear, except he's not to the rescue. So next up here we have, it looks like a hole that looks like we can go ahead and pop these little effects in here. So it looks like he's getting ready to fire his gun, his wrist gun, I guess you can call it. Let's see, what else do we have here? So this rocket launcher up top kind of has a perfect fit. So it does have a flat edge with a flat edge top, like a USB thing, and I'm assuming that's where these rockets go. So they should just snap right in. Well, that's pretty cool. So that is the effect for the rockets, as you can see there. And next up here we'll have this one has got the circular effect for this gun here, so you can go ahead and pop that up there, and then you get that effect. Alright, so last but not least, we will have to figure out where this little one goes. So I'm going to assume, since it is a double peg, that these do go right here, so you can switch it out. And these do go, so that's pretty cool. So you can kind of do like a swarm of shooting, I guess. So this is War Machine with all his deco, all his accessories put into himself. And when you go ahead and get everything attached, you will see that he does have a little bit more of a height difference. He stands at around a little under 10 inches, slightly above 9, so 9.5 inches tall. Alright, my friends, that is the unboxing slash review from Geeky Ent for the new Marvel Legends Punisher motorcycle vehicle figure and the new War Machine Deluxe figure. If you guys like this video, go ahead and drop a comment below. Please subscribe to Geeky Ent if you haven't. Tell your friends about us. We will be having new content very soon. Until then, please stay safe, be friendly, stay geeky, and we will see you on the next video.